Finally, after months of not doing an update video, today we shall be doing it for November 2025. So let's begin with the Blu-rays. So first up is Season 1 of Fallout. Great TV series, and I've already done a review on this, so you can check it out. But it's a 3-disc set, so yeah, great TV series. You can check out my review on the channel. Next up is DC's Superman, the most recent DC movie. It was okay. Not my favourite DC film, but it was worth watching. Not as good as Man of Steel, but there is a good cast in this film. So I think I picked up $14.99 in HMV, and I quite enjoyed Superman for what it was. So anyways, that's DC's Superman. Next up is another superhero film, Thunderbolts, the New Avengers, which I picked up on day release in Morrison's, brand new and sealed. I also picked up Superman on day release too. But yeah, I thought it wasn't too bad. Not as good as the old MCU films, but still quite enjoyable. So anyways, that's Thunderbolts, the New Avengers. Next up is Tenet, directed by Christopher Nolan. Not one of his best works in my opinion, but it's quite good. Not one of my favourites either. I personally prefer Interstellar, that Christopher Nolan directed. But yeah, Tenet is quite a good watch. And now the last few Blu-rays I have to show are all the Jack Black films. So let me just clear some room and then we can begin this Jack Black segment. So to begin this Jack Black segment, first up is his most recent film, a Minecraft movie. Now, I went to go see this in the cinema when it first came out, and I actually quite enjoyed it. Back to life, Minecraft, real life, as should I say. It was so cool to see it all live action. It was just so cool how they had a Minecraft movie out, based on, of course, the video game that I played over the years. But yeah, a Minecraft movie, not as good as the Super Mario film that Jack Black was also in, but just as entertaining. Next up for Jack Black, we have the Jumanji films, the remakes, also starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So we have a double pack of The Next Level and Welcome to the Jungle. Not my favourite films in my opinion, but still okay. I mean, they're watchable, but not one of my favourite Jack Black films. Here are the discs for them anyway. So yeah, I kind of think Welcome to the Jungle was probably better over the second one. I mean, they're both good, but the endings are just felt unnecessary. But anyways, that is the Jumanji remake films. Hopefully I will probably get the original Jumanji film with Robin Williams to probably add that to the collection. And last up for the Blu-rays, we have Gulliver's Travels, which I picked up for only £1 in CEX. And surprisingly, it stars James Corden in this too, as like a special guest star. And of course, Catherine Tate, who is also in this film. So yeah, Gulliver's Travels, quite a good adventure movie, and yeah, I would highly recommend checking it out. So that's all the Blu-rays. Now onto the DVD. Moving on to the huge stack of DVDs, we continue our Jack Black sort of mini saga. So we have Shallow Hal. This film is obviously about Hal, who is a regular guy. Taking his father's advice, pursues only young ladies of physical perfection. His life changes when he comes across a self-help guru who hypnotizes him into seeing the only inner beauty of women. And that, of course, when Hal sees this Gwyneth Paltrow's character, who obviously Hal thought she was pretty, but later on she wasn't because she was fat. But yeah, I quite liked it. Quite a funny comedy movie. Yeah, definitely one of Jack Black's best in my opinion. So if you're looking for a comedy film like this, then Shallow Hal is the one for you. Would highly recommend it. Likewise with Orange County, which I've been wanting to watch this film for a while, and I'm very glad that I did. It's not just a movie, it's a state of mind. So basically this film is about Colin Hanks' character, who plays Sean, that wants to become a writer to be accepted into Stanford University. So he ends up writing about, obviously, the title film itself, Orange County. So, yeah, I thought this film was pretty good in my opinion. I would say probably better than Shallow Hal, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Classic film, would highly recommend. If you're a Jack Black fan, then I'd highly recommend you checking out this film. Orange County was fantastic. Next up is Nacho Libre, which is basically this wrestler who's obviously Nacho Libre. Quite a good film. I thought it was quite funny. Not as good as Orange County, but just as entertaining. So that is Nacho Libre. Next up is Tropic Thunder, starring Jack Black, Ben Stiller, and Robert Downey Jr. Quite a good film overall. Like I said, not one of Jack Black's favourites either, but I thought this was quite funny for what it was. And also, I believe Tom Cruise is in this film as well, like in the end of the film. But yeah, quite a good comedy movie if you're a Jack Black fan. So that's Tropic Thunder. Next up is the King Kong 2-disc special edition, which I had this film, originally had this on DVD, but the copy I had was a bit scratched. So yeah, I rebought it again, and it is a 2-disc special edition DVD, and yeah, quite a good film, especially Jack Black playing a part in this. But yeah, it was quite alright for what it was. So that is King Kong. Next up is Be Kind Rewind, which I'd say is not a bad movie, but it's not one of Jack Black's best. But yeah, obviously the reason why I picked it up, obviously because it starred Jack Black, and I have pretty much majority of his films anyway. So yeah, it's quite a good film. Not one of Jack Black's favourites, like I said, but still quite a good watch. So anyways, that's Be Kind Rewind. Next up we have the Goosebumps films, beginning with, of course, the first movie, which I actually watched this in primary school when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I think it was 9 years ago, and I really quite enjoyed it. Some great stuff, especially the ventriloquist dummy in this film, and of course Jack Black's character, who plays R.L. Stein, and the daughter's character was also pretty good. And yeah, some really good stuff on here. I'm not a fan of the TV series, but the film itself is pretty good. Some really good stuff on here that I actually really enjoyed. And then we have the second film, which I actually quite liked. I don't know if I prefer this over the first movie, but it's just a really good film. It also stars Madison Iseman, who is known for being an actress in the Jumanji films, which are shown earlier in this update. But yeah, I thought she was quite good in this film. I also like in the second film the gummy bears in this. Really nice front cover on here. And yeah, the Goosebumps films would highly recommend. So that is Goosebumps 1 and 2. And finally for Jack Black, we have The House with a Clock in Its Walls. This is the limited edition, which also includes some paper glasses in here. So yeah, the film in itself is quite good. Not one of Jack Black's best in my opinion, but it's worth a watch for what it is. So yeah, that is The House with a Clock in Its Walls. A couple of new release films released on DVD now. Next up we have Disney Pixar's Elio, which I haven't watched as of yet, but I might include this in my next update video and see what I think of it. Hopefully it's quite good. So anyways, that's Disney Pixar's Elio. Next up is Fantastic Four, The First Steps. Now, I'd probably say I prefer this over the other Fantastic Four movies. I did also have the remake as well, which I showed in my last update video. But yeah, quite a good film for what it is. And I just like the costumes in this film as well. And of course the little robot thing in this film too. So anyways, that is the Fantastic Four First Steps. Next up we have Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Tom Cruise's last Mission Impossible film. And I'd say it's quite good. Not as good as the Mission Impossible 3 or Mission Impossible Fallout, but I'd say it was probably better than the Dead Reckoning Part 1. Decent enough finale for what it was, and yeah, it's quite decent. I might even do a Mission Impossible DVD collection at some point if you're interested. So anyways, that's Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Couple of horror movies now. Next up we have 28 Years Later, starring Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Ralph Fiennes. Quite a good film overall. I love this back cover as well, with all the skeletons, the dump of skeletons. So yeah, I thought not as good as 28 Days Later, but still a pretty good movie. So yeah, quite enjoyable for what it is. So that is 28 Years Later. Next up is Silent Hill Revelation, which is the sequel to the first Silent Hill film from 2006, which I actually have in the collection. Watched the first movie and really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd pick up the second one. So this is Silent Hill Revelation, which came out in 2012. And I'd say it's not as good as the first Silent Hill, but still watchable, I guess. But anyways, that's Silent Hill Revelation. Next up is Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Running Man, classic film. It's a game between life and death, but tonight the game is going to be different, as Arnie is the running man. He's playing for a prize. The prize is his life. From now, the rules are going to change forever. Classic film overall, not one of Arnie's best in my opinion, but it's quite good. So that is The Running Man. Next up is 24-Hour Party People, starring John Sim. I did also pick this up because it also had Peter Kay in this film too. Well, as a cameo in this. I really enjoyed Human Traffic, so I thought I'd pick up 24-Hour Party People. And it's quite a good film, actually. I don't know if I prefer this over Human Traffic, but this is quite good to watch. So yeah, if you're looking for films like this with John Sim, then I'd probably recommend this one. So anyways, that's 24-Hour Party People. A couple of Dr. Dre films now. First up is The Wash, also starring Snoop Dogg, which I had in the collection at one point, and then I got rid of it. I have no idea why. Either because I wasn't interested, or I wasn't a Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg fan at the time. But yeah, watching this is actually quite enjoyable. Yeah, it also had Eminem in, which I was pleased to see, which made me want to pick up this film again. So yeah, The Wash, quite a good comedy movie, and would highly recommend it. And continuing with Dr. Dre, we have Straight Outta Compton, which is obviously based on NWA, which formed a band of rappers many years ago, and so this is of course a true story about it, based on the town of Compton. And I watched this last night and I actually quite enjoyed it. The group that defined a generation becomes the movie of our time, and yeah, I thought it was quite a good documentary film. So it's a 2-disc set, so you get the theatrical version and the director's cuts, which is pretty good to have. So yeah, if you're looking for films with Dr. Dre, then I highly recommend this film. So anyways, that's Straight Outta Compton. We have a couple more comedy films now. Next up we have Stuck on You, starring Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear. Quite a funny comedy movie. Obviously this is based on two characters being literally stuck together, and I thought, yeah, it was a pretty good comedy film for what it is. Yeah, I'd say definitely one of Matt Damon's best, and yeah, I just love this disc artwork with the two stick men literally being stuck together. So yeah, very funny comedy movies. That is Stuck on You. A couple of Adam Sandler films now. We have Grown Ups, which I watched last week, and I actually quite enjoyed it. Great cast, Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. Obviously, this is not the first films that they've collabed in a film together, because I know they collabed in The Longest Yard, which is one of my favourite Adam Sandler films. But yeah, Grown Ups, it's quite a good film. Not one of Adam Sandler's best, but it's quite a good one. So that is Grown Ups. And then I also picked up the sequel, Grown Ups 2, which I haven't watched as of yet, but hopefully I will at some point, and probably include this in my next update video. And last up for the DVDs, we have Series 5 of Mrs. Brown's Boys, which, again, I have not watched this as of yet, but I picked it up, of course, because I needed it to complete my Mrs. Brown's Boys collection. And yeah, there's a Christmas special coming out in a couple of weeks, releasing on DVD as well. And hopefully we will get a Christmas and New Year special out very soon too. So yeah, Mrs. Brown's Boys, a very good comedy series, and would highly recommend it if you are interested. So that's all the Blu-rays and DVDs I've picked up in November 2025. I'm sorry this video dragged a little bit, but yeah, I did have quite a few DVDs. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, JG the Music Film and TV Collector 05.